Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal Legacy. Every time I say that, it makes me think of, like, Murder Mystery Dinner Theatre, because, like, I went to a live show one time of Welcome to Night Vale in Dublin, which I haven't listened to in years, but I liked it at the time, and then I was just like, this is too much. It just, like, it never stopped, and then I was like, okay, I'm not interested anymore. But, like, the theme of the night that I went was, like, it was done in the style of, like, a murder mystery sort of show, and the guy kept saying, Murder Mystery Dinner Theatre, like that. So every time I say Pokemon Crystal Legacy, it makes me think of that, as well as saying Pokemon Crystal Legacy like that causes me to think of, like the start of Mario Sunshine, when the voice is like, like that, and to this day, I have no idea what this guy is saying. This guy is like, oh wait, no, I don't want to do this. What am I doing into this Vermilion Gym? Does anybody know what that guy is saying? Like, at the start in the plane, when they're watching, like, the Isle Delfino, like, intro video, does anyone know what that guy is saying when he's like, oh, like that? It's like, what the hell? It's so crazy. Anyway, I'm like, I did grinding yesterday, nothing but grinding. I did nothing but grinding yesterday to get Girl Talk up to a respectable level. I didn't do that much. I did all of about 30 seconds. This is the copycat's house, isn't it? The copycat killer. And there's a Blissey here. All of about 30 seconds, because I went up to the frickin' route north of Vermilion City, and the first enemy I ran into was like a level 15 Raticate. I was like, no way am I going grinding a freaking Shuckle off of level 15 Raticate. Hi, do you like Pokemon? No, I just asked you. Huh? You're strange. You're the strange one. But that's my favorite hobby. Hello? Aren't you supposed to give me the RailPass or something? How do I get the RailPass off of you? Who's the fair? There's a talking Dodrio. There's an Articuno doll. There's this thing. But how do I was pretty sure I got, like, the RailPass off of her. This is, like, me not remembering anything about this game. The dad just says that she likes to mimic people. The mom just says she only has a few friends. What the hell? I could have sworn we got the RailPass off of her. Super modern rail liner. It's a monorail. It's a train at incredible speed. If there isn't any electricity. Oh, I have to go to freaking, oh my god, there's like so much stuff that I need to do. I have to go to the power plant. Well, at least that's something to do, right? You know, go to the power plant and get that all up and running again, right? Oh, you're gonna make me cut this. You're really gonna make me cut this. Is it not easier to... I will do everything possible to avoid having to cut that bush, won't I? Well, do you know what? I won't do everything possible to avoid cutting that bush. I was seriously considering, will I maybe go backwards through the rock tunnel instead of just coming here and taking out a Pokemon that can cut that bush. So, like, I was like, no way in hell am I going, am I going to spend my life grinding off of Raticates on the route north of Vermilion City? Like, it is just not happening. So instead, I pivoted. Now I'm thinking like, oh, I need to make my way as soon as I land in Kanto. Oh no, You're not the cutting Pokemon. You don't have the cutting edge. What the hell am I doing here? Maybe I will just go backwards through Rock Tunnel at this stage. Well, second, what would that look like? Yeah, do you know what? Maybe I will do that. I'll just go freaking backwards through Rock Tunnel. How'd you like me now, bitch? At least that'll give me something to talk about. Well, if I make up my mind, at least I'm safe inside my mind that I'm going to go backwards through Rock Tunnel. This is the route where you can find Houndour at nighttime in Kanto. Because we need to have that one random Johto Pokemon that you can find in Kanto. Is this where... Oh, wait a second. This is where I can get the radio card, isn't it? Like, radio. What's with that radio? Because they're after turning this, like, hallowed ground into a radio station. Oh, you need the power plant up and running as well. I'll be ruined. My roast is ruined. Super Music Director. Oh, yeah. Expansion card upgrade. You better get one. How? Sana should have wrapped it. Do you give me, like, the dubious disc or whatever? I could have... Or maybe that's in the Silphco. I have no idea. I'm sticking with my original plan to go backwards through Rock Tunnel. That's my plan. What matters is our plan. And maybe run into a Kangaskhan. Isn't Kangaskhan and Cubone in here now? Also, I'm just not fighting any trainers for some reason. Oh my god, wait a second. Slow down, Maurice. Slow down, Maurice. Hang on a second. I'm doing that thing where I talk at like 500 miles an hour, just muttering to myself, right? So, as I say, I figured, as I said yesterday, my plan originally was maybe I can do some grinding while I'm, uh-oh, that wasn't good at all. This is very not good. Teen Idol is just gonna eat shit and die, right? I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be, like, trying to battle them with, like, these Pokemon. Sterling. Why not, right? So, like... So my plan now is I just need to get back to Johto as soon as possible. I tried this whole Kanto thing, and it's just not working for me. Oh my god, poor Teen Idol got absolutely railed. So look, today is the day after I recorded the video that I recorded yesterday. Makes sense, right? And it was actually, like, yesterday was actually I really enjoyed recording that video. Just because I think it gave me some time to like, verbally organize, like, stuff that's going on, right? Verbally organize my head, right? And it's funny because I didn't, like, make the connection until afterwards. Do you remember yesterday I was talking about, like, journaling and things like that? And how... And it never, God, these Pokemon are crazy powerful. I can't fight them with freaking... With this. Strong Zero, there we go. Like, in one way, like, Let's Playing is kind of like journaling a little bit to me, like, in one way, right? In that it's just kind of like this stream of consciousness kind of thing framed around a video game. That's usually the way I'm trying to do it anyway. And as I say, it's funny then, I find it interesting, like, thinking back that, like, as I was saying, the times when I stopped Let's Playing usually were like the times where actually in my life there was the most kind of stuff going on, and maybe that's like the opposite thing of the right thing to do, because funnily enough, would it not be the case that, oh my god, would it not be the case that actually that's exactly the right time to be giving yourself this kind of, like, outlet that allows you to verbalize and organize your thoughts, right? So it was just kind of an interesting consideration afterwards. I think, again, it just, like, further confirms for me, like, oh, you're going to endure? What's the story with, like, multi-hit attacks and endure? At least he can't endure anymore. Nobody's gonna freaking destroy me with reversal. Strong Zero is, like, taking out this Kangaskhan like a champ. We're just, like, inch by inch, row by row, taking out this guy. Seriously? Also, I have the experience share on Girl Talk, because the less grinding I have to do with Girl Talk, the happier I'll be. But, like Nemo bit the dust. Nemo was just like, you're going into the computer. And, but Girl Talk, I just, like, refuse to let go of Girl Talk. I can't let go of Girl Talk. What happened to my White Dog Poop? Didn't I have a Houndoom called White Dog Poop, or did that get replaced by Sterling? I think White Dog Poop got replaced by Sterling at some point. Oh, for crying out loud. Can I find my way around the... No, this game doesn't do that. There's, like, definitely, like, one... That's handy. Maybe? Perhaps? Oh my god. Suddenly getting a Pokemon out of a computer to use Cut doesn't seem like all that bad an idea. Oh, higher level Pokemon! There's a higher level Pokemon in here in the Rock Tunnel. There's higher level Pokemon in Kanto. If only I had seen this. So there's like a level 15 Raticate north of Vermilion City, and then like you go 2 steps away to the Rock Tunnel, and there's like level 43 Machops. Like, this might be an interesting prospect. I'm telling you, this Crystal Legacy is just full of surprises. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Well, this is a fine mess I've got myself into, alright? But yeah, so it was kind of just an interesting thing to consider. I think it just, like, confirms, again, why I kind of want to keep doing this, because it's just, like, another, like, nice creative outlet, you know? I think the thing is, like, I have so many creative outlets at this stage, between this and like writing and photography. It's like, when do you run out of things to say? Well, somehow I don't, right? Somehow it just doesn't happen. Okay, wait a second. Wait, do you know what? I'm biting the bullet. I told you I was gonna go backwards through the Rock Tunnel. Well, do you know what? I am gonna go backwards through the Rock Tunnel. Where's my Pokemon that knows Flash? Is that Shiny? No, Bad Weave? Who knows Flash here? Is it Weetabix? Do I have any... Actually, wait a second. Did I even ever get the Flash HM? I have a feeling like I never even got that. Because I was just like, who needs it, right? I have a feeling like I never really even got this HM. Oh, I did. Okay, well, look, maybe Weetabix can just, like, use Flash. Weetabix can just use Flash. Watch now, it'll be like, this is a baby Pokemon, it can't learn anything, even though it's a freaking light bulb. The dream? Do you know what, maybe this isn't Girl Talk's day. Well, we only need it for, like, a second, right? Because as soon as we leave the, Who the fuck is Volty? Who the fuck is Volty? Where did Volty come from? I just don't even know anymore. I give up. We're starting the Rock Tunnel for a 3rd time. What was I saying? I can't even remember anymore. I was talking about, just no comment. I feel like I'm just like in some sort of like death loop or something like that, like going between this Pokemon Center and the Rock Tunnel for a 4th or 5th time. I've even lost count of it. This is like some Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where just like... Wait a second, where's Weeshabix? Did I put Weeshabix into like the other box? Yes, that's what I did. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. It's like some Curb Your Enthusiasm episode that just keeps like cyclically going around and around and around. Like that episode I watched that I was over at my parents for Easter, and again in a like a somewhat of a repeat of what happened that one Christmas time 2023, where my parents were gone bringing my great aunt back home after Christmas dinner, right? In a repeat of that, or almost like a reboot of that, like when my parents were bringing that same great aunt back home after Easter dinner, my brother and I just started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it was another episode from season 1 where and it was the episode with, or is that season 2 episode 1? No wonder I couldn't find my way around this rock tunnel, by the way, because it's a completely different layout to in Gen 1. I had the Gen 1 layout in my mind. But, is that like season 2 episode 1, or is it like one of the last episodes of season 1? The one that like, where Cheryl sends Larry out to get her prescription for her dermatitis or whatever, and he forgets it, and then they're going to dinner, and at the same time he like makes this off-color joke that's like not very acceptable as usual, and then he even apologizes for it, and then like that one with the restaurants and the, oh my god, a freaking Marowak. The with the restaurants and everything like that, the you know what, I'm just gonna freaking fight you with Teen Idol. The restaurants and the dermatologist and the racist joke and the prescription and all of this kind of stuff. That's what this feels like. It feels like I'm just like in this kind of Kirby-an, this Kirby-an death spiral where you just know I'm like circling the drain, trying against all odds to pull myself out of it. But everybody knows, even me deep down inside, that I've just got to relent and let fate punish me. That's exactly where I am right now. With this rock tunnel. Oh my god. No, as I say, this seems like a completely different layout to Gen 1. I'd love to like compare them. Well, this feels familiar though. Like this floor and the floor we were just on feels somewhat familiar, right? No, we do not use fly on the freaking Onyx. This feels familiar, but like that third one, like the first one, well, the third one, the first one, you know what I mean by the third one, because we're going through it backwards, right? So the third one was the first one. The, like, that one felt completely different, because I remember in Gen 1, you're not completely different from the way it is in Gen 2, but completely different to the way it is in Gen 1. Oh my god. You know what I'm saying. It felt different. Like, I remember when you finish Rock Tunnel in Gen 1, you start up at the top right, and you kind of come down, and if you go over to the left, so it's kind of like a backwards L shape, if I remember correctly, in Gen 1, like that last floor, before you go out to on the way to Lavender Town. And then there's like a couple of trainers in this kind of hallway formation on the way out of Thingy-me-bob, on the way out of the rock tunnel, And there's a girl there with a Bellsprout. Like, I remember this so vividly. There's one of the trainers has a Bellsprout there. Can I fly here like I could before? Now that I've, Yes! Thankfully. That is good. Okay, time to go to the power plant. But yeah, like, I'd like to compare and see what do they look like. Another video where actually there's loads of stuff I could talk about, but instead I'm like, oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm, the rock tunnel. I wonder how similar the layout is now compared to before. Oh, I completely forgot about this. There's like the thief who stole the... There's the thief who stole the part of the thing. Power to the magnet train. But where is this guy? Where is the thief? Without it, the new generator is useless. And we get the Zap Cannon TM here when we fix it, don't we? Want to trade it from... No. No. So yeah, like, the Nintendo Switch 2 is something, right? Like, I can tell you, the, I have pre-ordered it, just so you know the end of the story, right? I have pre-ordered the Nintendo Switch 2 with Mario Kart World, right? And, oh my god, we better listen to this guy first. I'm ready to blast them on. He will ruin my generator. Since he's turning it, if I catch him, he's all gonna take my Zap Cannon. Where is the thief? But where do I find the thief? Is he not in, Oh, isn't he in, like... Cerulean City up by Bill's house? Yeah. Shady character loitering around. Could I ask you for your cooperation? Is he just like deputizing me or some crap? What the hell? I just got deputized. Anyway, I have pre-ordered it. When I saw the announcement, I was like, oh, I really want it. I wasn't sure whether I really wanted... Whether I was that excited about the launch lineup. The launch lineup is weird, right? It's not, and when I say weird, I don't mean bad. I just mean it's a little bit strange, right? Oh no. I have to go through these Nugget Bridge wannabes. The, Schoolboy Dudley. Vileplume. The launch lineup is weird, right? Because when I saw it first, I was like, Mario Kart? So their like launch title is like a multiplayer game, and a game that really is very much like multiplayer focused. Like Mario Kart is like, if you're not playing, like me speaking as the person who does play Mario Kart one player, single player mode, right? Just like I used to play Mario Party 4 single player when I was just a boy. Okay, we can't let him get kind of a moonlight chain going here with Fly. But, I just thought it was like a strange choice, right? The, just a somewhat unusual choice, if you get where I'm coming from. But I was, but I was really excited about the Donkey Kong game. Like, that I'm very excited about because it's just kind of cool. It's almost like when Luigi's Mansion was the big, like, launch game for the GameCube. Was like, and it was just a little bit odd, you know? It's like, it's a Mario game, but not a Mario game. And, like, Donkey Kong is, like, a Mario universe character, pretty much, right? So... like, that's the Mario game, almost. It's like the Mario adventure game, right? So it feels a little bit like that, where it's kind of like, yes, it fits, but it doesn't fit at the same time, you know? But that's not out until, like, the end of July or something like that, or the middle of July. What am I supposed to do about this frickin' Wigglytuff? I tell you. Like, what am I supposed to do in the face of this thing? What am I If you were standing in front of this right now, tell me, what would you do? You get double-edged to fuck, that's what you do. Holy crap. I think this is another, I think it's another Hard Hat Summer. So, I was intending on pre-ordering it, right? I was intending on pre-ordering it. And then, right, my partner got the pre-order email. So do you know the way they did this kind of pre-order thing using like by way of like Nintendo Switch Online? So they kind of like prioritize get like Nintendo Switch Online members and stuff like that, and yada yada yada. And like both of us had the eligibility criteria, right? Gran Bull, white dog poop. So both of us had the eligibility criteria, and then my partner got the email saying you will get the email yada yada, and I didn't get anything. I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll just wait, right? And then he got the pre-order email on the first day, right? And I didn't, and I was like, hang on a second, am I not worthy, right? Am I not worthy of the pre-order even though I may meet all of the criteria, stuff like this, right? So at that point, I kind of so it seems like actually like everyone was eligible, but some were more eligible than others, right? Is kind of the way it worked. So I think it was based on either how many games you had bought or what your play hours were or something like that, which still didn't really make sense to me because I had like a fuck ton of play hours on things like Legends Arceus and Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Scarlet even, holy crap, and Final Fantasy 9, like loads of play hours there, so I was like, I didn't really get what the difference was between the two of us. Anyway, he pre-ordered it with Mario Kart World, and I was like, well, at least we can just both play it, you know, it's a multiplayer game, we can just both play Mario Kart World when it comes out, right? Oh, a potion. So at least we can both play Mario Kart World when it comes out. And I had almost kind of like decided then, I reached a point where I was kind of like, do you know what, actually, do I need the Nintendo Switch 2 at launch in that case? I don't think I really do. Like, I don't, like, I had reached this point where I was like, I don't think I really do. You know, when it launches, it'll be launching on like the 5th of June. I'll be playing Mario Kart World until whatever. And I had decided pretty much I'm gonna wait until, well, this is the best type matchup in history, right? I had pretty much decided I was going to wait until Donkey Kong was going to come out, and then I would get it at that point. So that was my plan pretty much, right? And I was kind of okay with that because, as I say, like, do I really relish the idea of playing Mario Kart World and my old Switch games for a month? Not really, right? It's not to sound that dismissive about it, but like it's not the equivalent of I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out, and plus I'm still going to be able to play the same game multiplayer, which is the big draw anyway. So, but then I actually got the email to pre-order it, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. So I pre-ordered it with Mario Kart World, right? And now, actually, I'm glad that I did because because we've seen actually more of Mario Kart World now, and it looks like a completely different type of Mario game than what one might be used to, right? So it looks more like there's this big kind of open world kind of single player aspect to it. So it's kind of like a cross between a classic Mario Kart game and a cross between a classic style Mario Kart game and this kind of open world style. Actually, do you know what it reminded me of? I'll be very honest, when we saw more of it, it made me think a little bit about Sonic Frontiers, right? Because the single player mode seems to be about just going around this open world, and then there's these like little challenges that come up, like just lying around a place that you take advantage of, and you do, right? So it actually, Super Mario Kart World, or whatever it's called, it actually gave me a big, it made me think a lot of, oh my god, this isn't great, actually, because they're going to make me fight these two clowns one after the other. So it actually made me think a lot of Sonic Frontiers, which I need to play more of, actually, now that I have... What is up with this? Seriously? Got the Vileplumes, the Tangalas, the Blossoms. Like, what's next? Freaking Victory Bell. Because that would just put the icing on the cake, right? Why? Why are you doing this? Are you okay? Are you okay? You're like, oh no, with a Pokemon that's 4 times weak against me, I'd better withdraw. That's like those people on Deal or No Deal, where the banker is like, hi, I'll offer you like 200 quid or something like that. And then there's a call from the banker, oh my god, he's offering you like £200. And there's like a fuck ton of money still up on the board, right? The most they stand to lose is like 100 or 200 quid, right? And then they're like, oh, I better take the offer. What? Like, you better take the offer? You better take the offer? Like, just like, whatever. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to Mario Kart World more than ever now, and because it seems to have this really interesting like single player aspect to it, like solo aspect to it, which a Mario Kart game has never had before, right? There has been a level of interest in... there's no real benefit to having Thunder Punch and Thunderbolt, right? I might as well just go for Thunder Punch with Thunder. The only benefit of well, no, actually Thunder has 10 PP, which is perfectly serviceable, so so actually I'm really looking forward to it now, to see what this single player Mario Kart is like, right? Because it looks very intriguing to me. And actually, I feel like I would have kind of missed that. Like, if I were playing just on my partner's copy of the game, I would have missed that because, like, obviously I don't want to play single-player mode on his copy of the game. I want to do it on my own copy of the game. Makes sense, right? So now I'm actually feeling good about it. And happy that I did. But yeah, there's like a couple of things I'm excited about. I don't think we have seen like enough titles yet to really feel like, oh my god, it's gonna blow my mind. But then I don't think that's the point, right? I think the Nintendo Switch, they really did have to blow your mind after the Wii U, and with the 3DS kind of floundering as well. Like, sorry, 2015 and 16. And then into like 2017 was a bit like, ugh, you know. You had some good games and stuff like that, but really there was like the Nintendo Switch really did have to blow your mind, right? There was a tall order, and it definitely did. Like, I remember going to the midnight launch of the Nintendo Switch. I've probably told this story before, but I do remember going to the midnight launch of the Nintendo Switch and getting my Nintendo Switch, getting my copy of Breath of the Wild, right? I had taken time off of work to be able to play it, so I had like I had something like a week off or something like that, and like getting home in the middle of the night with my Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild, hooking it up to the big television down in the living room and just playing. You know, I have such good memories of that, and actually. And I've definitely told this story before. That was to this day the only Nintendo console that I ever got at launch. Every other console, I've actually been a little bit late on it. So like the Nintendo 64, well no, the Game Boy, I got my Game Boy Color in I think 1999 or something like that to play Pokemon. So I got my Nintendo 64 in I think 2000 probably, again to play Pokemon Stadium. That's all I cared about, was playing Pokemon Stadium, right? So I got my Nintendo 64 in 2000 or something. I saved up my money for the GameCube. Now I do think I got the GameCube relatively soon after launch. I'm like, the first game I had was Melee, like, and that didn't come out at launch. That came out like a little bit later, so I think I got it like maybe just a couple of months after the GameCube came out. But it was definitely still 2003, I think. Maybe, was it? I feel like it was 2003 when I got the GameCube. 2000, maybe 2002, but not much earlier than that. I definitely didn't get it at launch. Like I don't even know when the GameCube did launch. Like, if I look that up, the GameCube. Yeah, so in Europe, where I find myself, it launched May 3rd, 2002. I feel like I got it like late 2002. Like, is when I got my GameCube. That's my feeling, because I remember saving up for it, saving all my money. I remember getting my black GameCube and Super Smash Bros. Melee in the GameStop that was upstairs in Merchant's Quay, which then closed, right? So there was that GameStop in Merchant's Quay, and then they opened a new one on Patrick Street, which was there until GameStop ceased to exist. And there was one in Ballincollig that they opened as well. But like, my GameCube era GameStop was the one up in Merchant's Quay upstairs, and I remember saving all of my pocket money, saving my birthday money, I was so excited for the GameCube, and you know what? I didn't get disappointed. I fucking loved that thing. I really just, like, the games that I had on that I just kept playing over and over again is just unparalleled, right? But like, then, which I don't have it anymore. Actually, that's one of the great tragedies of my life, that I loaned somebody my GameCube, and then I never got it back. Thankfully, I didn't give them any of my fucking games, but I loaned them the console, and I really kind of miss it. I have like a hole in my heart left by that little black cube, you know? It was something that was so special to me, like, and in that case, it's not even about buying a GameCube to replace it, you know what I mean? Because it won't be my GameCube anymore, you know, if I buy a GameCube to replace it. It won't be the little black GameCube that I saved up my money for, and got in Merchant's Quay in the GameStop with Super Smash Bros. Melee. And I remember putting on Super Smash Bros. Melee and seeing the stitching on Mario's overalls and being like, oh my god, like, and it blew my mind. Like, it won't be that console, right? It won't be the console I played Wind Waker on over and over again. It won't be the one that I played Super Mario Sunshine on over and over again, or Pokemon Coliseum or any of that. So, like, if you ask me, do I want to get another GameCube? No, because that's not what it's about, right? I can play my GameCube games on the Wii if I really want to, right? So, like, the Game Boy Advance as well, I didn't get at launch. My Game Boy Advance got given to me by my aunt, right? And that would have been, like, I think, like, the Game Boy Advance had a very short kind of lifespan, but I didn't get a DS for ages either. So I feel like, just like the Nintendo 64 or like the Wii, I was playing this console like way into the next generation, right? So, like, the Game Boy Advance I got off of my aunt, like maybe 2002 at some stage as well, or something like that. Probably even after I got my GameCube, if I'm very honest, probably. So it might even been 2003 that I got my Game Boy Advance. And that being said as well, like, you have to remember that this is the time as well where, are you the thief? Or are you Team Rocket? Or what are you? This was the time as well where there was like a big difference in console release dates regionally. So, like, for example, like, games would release usually first, games and consoles would usually release first in Japan, and then later, at a later point in America, and then at a later point in Europe. And sorry, if you were living in if you were living in Australia, you were fucked. Like, Australia used to get things... Like, anybody watching this who's in Australia knows what I'm talking about. Like, Australia used to get things, like, even later than Europe got them, right? So it was, like, a funny kind of world. Films were the same. Like, films were the same, where, like, it took films ages to come out here. Like, there were... I remember, like... There was always that person when you were a child who went on holidays with their parents to America, and then they saw a film, like... They saw some film like 6 months before it came out over here. Like, I remember a school friend of mine went to America and they went to see Hollow Man or whatever, you know, the one about the invisible guy. And they came back and they were like, wait till it comes out. Or like there was the girl that worked in the toy shop when I was 10 or 9 or whatever. Got to see Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, because it was out already when she went on holidays, and then came back and was like, oh yeah, I got to see The Phantom Menace. I was like, really? So maybe this is like a girl talk battle. Maybe girl talk can take out Porygon too. Maybe girl talk can't, but maybe girl talk can. You know, we've gained a couple of levels. We've gained a couple of levels. I'm telling you, once I get toxic on this thing, you're all gonna be sorry. You're all gonna get So yeah, I remember, oh, that's not great. Also, I have like 92 HP. Like, that's the best part of this, isn't it? So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Game Boy Advance. I remember then I bought my own Game Boy Advance SP with Minish Cap. So when Minish Cap came out and the Zelda Game Boy Advance SP, I was obsessed. I was like, I need it. I was like, I absolutely needed Minish Cap and the Zelda Game Boy Advance SP. It was just like, oh, girl talk's fully paralyzed. Well, do you know what? You ran out of PP for Zap Cannon, so fuck you. Well, no, you'll probably just frickin' freeze me now or something. Why did I say it? I was just gonna say this is the part where usually the game is like, eat shit, Harry. But look at, like, Girl Talk's defense. Like, this Porygon 2 hit me with a freaking Hyper Beam. Now, that being said, it's a physical attack in this game, but that's even worse. Admittedly, he was wearing shoes, but that's even worse. So yeah, and I remember saving up and, like, and getting my Game Boy Advance SP, which I still have, and it's very near and dear to my heart. I didn't get a DS until, like, I want to say I didn't get a DS until, like, 2006 or 7, maybe? When did Platinum come out? I feel like I got the Nintendo DS when Platinum... I got a DS Lite, anyway. I know that much. I know that I got a DS Lite. They were selling they were selling them for cheap. And I got like an ice blue DS Lite that I still have somewhere. And that was my Nintendo DS. So that's how I ended up like not playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. That was that like time in my life where like I didn't get Emerald, I didn't get Diamond and Pearl, so between like Sapphire and Platinum, like I just didn't really play very much Pokemon. And so that was that. And then the same thing happened with like the 3DS, the Nintendo 3DS. I got in 2013, I remember I was living in Germany. I got the Nintendo 3DS in 2013. And I got the 3DS XL with Link Between Worlds. So I got the 3DS when Link Between Worlds came out. I think it was 2013 or 2014. Do I really need to learn Sword Stance? Am I ever going to use it? Like, what would I get rid of? I don't feel like getting rid of anything for Sword Stance, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm never going to use it. So that was that. I'm trying to think what I should do against this guy. Maybe Strong Zero, actually. Or maybe the Dream. The Dream, maybe, and just use Thunder. Like, even though it's a special defense bitch, but... So that was my Nintendo 3DS. So again, another example of me being very late to the game and getting a console. The Wii as well. I didn't get the Wii, I don't think, until like 2009. Or 2008, actually. I got the Wii definitely in about 2008. Because, and this is a very weird way to remember that I got it. Because I remember in 2009, I got Twilight Princess, and I got it like in spring 2009. It was before it was one of our classmates actually took their own life, and I remember like after that there was this week in between where I was just playing Twilight Princess. That's all I was playing on. I got Twilight Princess and I was just playing it non-stop. Probably just to kind of like take my mind off of this very traumatic event when you're 18 years old, right? But yeah, I definitely got the Wii late as well, because my first Wii game was... What was my first Wii game? I feel like it was Brawl. I feel like Brawl was the first Wii game I had, and then I got Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City. Yeah, so it must have been whenever that came out, and I feel like it was near Christmas time as well. Did I get it even at Christmas? I feel like the Wii I actually got at Christmas time. I didn't even look and see what Pokemon this thing was sending out, so... Sucks to be me, I guess. So yeah, that's the history of my consoles. So like the Nintendo Switch was like to this date like the first console that I got like relatively like at the same time that it launched. Everything else was like more or less I got it at a later date, like in some cases multiple years after the console already came out, in most cases actually. So I've never been that person who needs to have the console at launch. Except Nintendo Switch, I was really hyped for it. And look, there's like reasons for that as well. It's not just about like being hyped for the console. It's also like a practicality perspective. Now, isn't that Thief down here? Can I like heal up at Bill's house? You're Bill's grandfather. He does something with PCs. Oh no, I'm not going showing you the fricking Lickitung, just so that you can give me an Everstone. This is a long video, by the way, I'm sorry. But like, you know what? It's been so long since I put out a video, I think I can put out a long video, and it's alright. We're getting ready to go get the magnet train. Literally, we're going to Cerulean to do the Nugget Bridge, to find the thief, to get the engine, to go to the power plant, to give it to the director, to fix the magnet train, to talk to the copycat, to get the doll, to get the RailPass, to go back to Jojo, to level up the Shuckle, to live in the house that Jack built. It's like literally like... it's like... it's like that freaking trading quest in Link's Awakening where it's like, find the honeycomb, to get the bananas, to give to the crocodile, to get the flute, to talk to the walrus, to sing to the mermaid, to get the... Where's the thief? Is the thief not up here? Did I just do all that for nothing? Did I literally do that for nothing? No, isn't there like a part where he's in the gym? Yeah, he's in the gym, I knew it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You not hurt? I'm very busy talking, not good for me if seen by somebody. Forget you see me, you see, hear nothing. Okay, bye kid. I love you lady, bye bye. So did he like hide it in here somewhere? Like isn't that what happened? Did I get the item finder? This is like driving me nuts trying to figure this out. I need my Brady Games guide or whatever. I have this memory of it being in the water somewhere. Yes! Holy crap. Oh my goodness. And isn't like Misty having a date or something up on the cape? Isn't there like something about that as well? I'm going giving this machine part to the guy, and then I'm finishing. So yeah, that's why, like, I think, like as I was saying, it's not just about like being hyped for the console. There's like a practicality perspective as well, where, like, let's just be real, right? When I was in school, and I was in secondary school, and even when I was in college, right? I just didn't have the disposable income. I wasn't able to just be like, yeah, I'm totally gonna buy the console when it comes out. You know, I just didn't have the money. Whereas like now I have a job, I can save up the money. I can have the money there to go, right? It's easier for me to buy a couple of €100 console when it's coming out, you know. My beloved generator. Thanks. Here, take this TM as a reward. Are you gonna freaking flip back the switch on now or something, right? Zap cannon, some powerful. So is the zap cannon or is the generator? Oh yeah, he's cheerful now. He's even handing out zap cannons. He's just giving people weapons of mass destruction. What the hell is this? Oh, it's Zapdos. Oh my, I was like, what the hell? I thought it was a moth for a second. It's like freaking Killer Moth from Link to the Past. Actually, when I think about it, when I was in college, do you want to know what I was spending my money on mostly? Was older games. Like when I was in college and I had a little bit of money because I was doing like, soon depart from gold. Sorry, but you don't have a pass. Whew, how many times have I gone back and forth between Kanto and Johto? I can't do that even once. So now can I talk to the copycat to get to RailPass to give to the guy to get on the train to go to Johto to... How do I turn the power plant into the RailPass? Favorite Pokédoll. If I find it, you'll give me a RailPass? I'll go find it for you. You think you lost it when you went to Vermilion City? Pardon? I shouldn't decide what you should do, but I'm really worried. What if somebody finds it? That's like really weird because it's not you talking, it's her as you, right? So she's like talking as you, as if she's talking to herself. No, not as if she's talking to herself, as if she's you talking to her, right? Isn't it in, like, the fan club? No, you're the Fisher guy. Isn't it in, like, the Pokemon fan club or something? This is a long video, right? But it's... You gotta do what you gotta do. Yes. Oh my god, a Bayleaf? I've never seen Bayleaf look so majestic. Look at my darling Bayleaf. Leaf on his head is so cute. Our chairman's very vocal when it comes to Pokemon. What about you? Can you just give me a Pokédoll? Making do with a Pokédoll that I found. Oh, I see now. The girl who lost this Pokédoll is sad. Could you go take this Pokédoll back to this poor little girl? I'll befriend a real Clefairy on my own one day. No worries. You just need to go at like 6 PM on a Monday to Mount Moon or something, right? Isn't it some crap like that? Mostly when I was like in college, I was doing some like German lessons and music lessons on the side. So I was like picking up some bit of money, and most of what I was buying was like old PS2 games and things like that. Like that, and like I was rebuilding my PlayStation and PS2 game collection. Yeah, that's the proof. Oh, here's the Magnet Train pass, like I promised. Mission accomplished. We got there. After all of the going backwards through Rock Tunnel and... Oh, they tore down the old house for the station. That's kind of sad. After going backwards through Rock Tunnel and doing Nugget Bridge and all of that crap, we can finally get back to Johto. Yes. Does it do that in this game? It does, doesn't it? Yeah. And we're back where we belong in Johto. Oh. But yeah, anyway, that was a very long video. That video was like 50 something minutes long, but whatever, you know. I might actually, now that I've seen that there's strong Pokemon in Kanto, I might just go back there and continue the story. I have no idea. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching this part of Let's Play Pokemon Crystal Legacy. I'll see you next time. Bye now.